D2C founders, this one video will fix your underperforming ads and will help you to produce more ads which are targeted to get more ad spend on any platform. So let's start. Before moving forward, let me tell you the exact reason why your ads perform good when they are getting less ad spend, and when Facebook or any platform tries to scale it with more ad spend, they stop working, they stop performing. The main reason behind this is 90% of the time your ads are created for a narrow audience. They are not created for a broader audience. Now let's understand this in a simple way. For an example, if you created one ad and if that platform showed that ad to nearly 50,000 people, will 90% of the people react or behave the same after watching that ad? If yes, then it is gonna get higher ad spend, but if not, it is not going to get a higher ad spend. It's just because when you are using specific things in your ads which only a certain percentage of people of your audience would care about, then it will perform in between those people only. And when your platform tries to scale it and to try to show it to other people's, and the other peoples don't really care about the thing that you are sharing within the video, then they will not watch, and because of that behavior, Facebook or any other platform won't scale your ads. So the key is to create your ads by taking a broader audience in your mind rather than taking narrow audience. Like, I'm going to cover everything in this later part of the video. So before moving forward, let me tell you, my job is to just study 50 to 60 ads every day, and this is what I've got today. So the goal is I'll break down into 4 layers what ad, like I have fed some ads, winning ads to ChatGPT and other AI platforms, and don't mind, this is not everything which I've got from ChatGPT. This is just refined from ChatGPT. I told them what angles, ads, everything was working, and based on that, I've created this report for you. So at the end of this video, you'll get to see what does a winning ad does, why it actually scales, like what's the logic for the platform behind it, and what not to copy, and what goes into your sheet. Like I'm going to give you a complete sheet which you can follow at the end of this video while creating any kind of ad you want. So first one, what ad one is doing. Like when we talk about ad one, it means a high converting ad which was getting a very good scale volume. So this ad is not selling a product. It is doing 3 quiet jobs, and these are the 3 quiet jobs that we want to focus on before even creating any other ad for your product, service, SaaS, doesn't matter, whatever it is. Job 1 is pattern interruption, but make sure it's not a generic pattern interruption, because the generic pattern interruption never work. Second is belief correction and claim explanation. I'm so sorry. So let's move with the pattern interruption. It opens with something that feels observational, not promotional. Now, let's suppose if I'm running an offer, I'm saying, hey, you'll get 20 high ticket clients in this time, and if you don't get, you don't pay. This is a promotional kind of thing. I don't know if this kind of stuff was working before, but it's not working right now, and that's why it sounds really promotional. Each and everyone is doing the same way, so you need to make it more observational than making it more promotional. Now, how can you do it? The viewer must think like, this sounds like a thought, not an ad. Let's suppose if I told you, you'll get your hairs back in 60 days or you don't pay. This sounds like an ad, but what if I told, do you actually know the reason why you are losing your hair? I made that viewer who is really facing that problem to think about or to observe about, oh, let me see why my hairs are falling or something. Like, let's take an example for the same. I'll help you get 20 high ticket clients in 60 days or you don't pay. This sounds as an ad. And how can we make it as observational? Have you ever noticed that getting high ticket clients is never hard? There is just one specific things you are lacking. I'm making the viewer to observe something specific instead of just telling promotional. So that is a pattern interruption, which I'm talking about, and that's why they don't swipe. So moving on to the next, like we do a pattern interruption in an observational way. Right after that, we do a belief correction. So, like we want to tell them, for an example, let's take an example of again getting high ticket clients in 60 days or you don't pay. So the viewer wants high ticket clients, but you are sounding as an observational way. That's why the viewer is stick to your video now, and your job is to make them stick till the end so that he listen to whatever you have to tell him. So how do you make him to stick till the end? You did a pattern interruption in an observational way. That's why you opened a loop and you want to complete it. Now, how do you complete it? First, you introduce like what are the customers' belief right now. Like for an example, if I'm not able to scale my company, that is probably because of leads. I lack lead generation. But this is his belief. Understand what belief he has and point out on that belief so that he feels connected and he stays and watch another portion. So the ad gently says what you think what you think is the problem usually isn't. We are not attacking, we are not shaming, we are not doing an hype, we are not blaming the customer. Like if we blame the customer that, hey, you don't know how to do lead generation, you are doing the lead generation in the wrong way, this is the right way, this doesn't work. We need to be very gentle, we need to be very calm while telling them, okay, you are thinking this is the problem, but the real problem is this, and you are not the only one who is facing the problem. So that way we are making it sound very gentle, we are normalizing it so that okay, other people are also facing the same problem, and this create a cognitive permission to listen. Okay, now let me listen to him, because within the first two portions he just connected to me. And the third job is calm explanation. The middle of the ad is too slow, grounded, and almost boring. And now make sure that you must be thinking, oh, I need to make my ads very engaging, I need to do hyper editing so that the viewer tend hooked to my videos. It's not that thing. You don't ever need to engage your viewers. If you are facing the issue that you are needing to engage your viewers, that means you are targeting to a bad audience or a different audience. They really don't care about your product, the problem you are going to solve. If they really care, they don't need to be hooked or engaged, because we connected them with the real things, like the real psychology, which is working, which I've saw countless of ads scaling with the same system. And then now we are moving into the middle part, which is slow, grounded, so the viewer can easily listen. And whoever who is skipping this part is not your targeted audience, or is not right now ready for buying from you, and that's intentional. We are making it slow, we are making it grounded and almost boring, and it's all intentional. Meta scale ads that have lower emotion, increase clarity, and reduce refund risk. And why ad one scales? This is the important part. Like, let's understand now why this kind of ad scale. The ad never promises an outcome. Instead, it explains why the problem exists. Like, you are not able to scale your company. You might be thinking it is because of X, but it's actually because of Y. and why that X didn't work for them, and why this approach makes sense. Like why makes sense for them, the new approach. You were trying X, but it's not what works. Why works, and why does it make sense? So platform rewards logic, not excitement. You don't want to make your audience excited. Oh, I'm going to get 20 high ticket clients in 30 days, or they are paying me back. Not like that. Tone analysis, very calm, curious. The pacing is very slow because those who care will care, those who won't will skip. This creates stable click-through rate, stable cost per acquisition, and predictable conversions. And that's why spend goes up. Then we shortly do a proof usage. No aggressive number, no guaranteed, no life-changing. Proof is implied, not shouted. Like it should sound very natural. Like we are not shouting about, oh, look at our results, we have thousands of millions of people, happy customers, or like that. We need to slowly add on the proof. Like for an example, don't take my word, listen to what our happy customers are telling. People connect to people, and when you let people talk about your product, then only they feel connected. And this way, this was the one winning ad which I really found working. Doesn't matter whatever you are selling, either it's a D2C product, either it's a SaaS, a service, high ticket service, it always works. And this is what the sheet looks like, which you can always follow while creating your next winning ad angle. Make sure the goal is to make it deliverable for a broader audience rather than deliverable for a narrow audience. The opening line must sound like a thought, not a pitch. Like the same thing we understood over here, that where it is. Yeah, it should sound like not an ad, it should sound like a thought. You are not getting 100 high ticket clients in 10 days. You are telling them to observe something. Sound like a thought, not a pitch. Never do promise results, mention brand. The rule is to start with an observation people already believe. I believe my lead generation system is lacking or something. So you find out what the people already believe, and based on that you create your hook in such a way, and you transform in that way. That's not the real problem. The real problem is different, and you normalize it in such a way so that it creates a broader impact. Start with an observation people already believe. The second one, like do this one thing first, then move to this one where you frame the problem. Why does this keep happening to me? Never blame to the viewer. Okay, you are not getting high ticket clients because you don't know this and that. You are not getting high ticket clients because you are maybe your lead generation system is leaking or something. Don't blame the viewer that you don't know this, you are doing this wrong, like that. Normalize the problem before explaining it, and then we move to the belief shift. That is question answered. Maybe this issue isn't what I thought. Don't say you are wrong. Replace belief gently using logic. Okay, why I'm saying that this doesn't work, this is the logic behind it. Second, the fourth one is mechanism, where you answer some questions. How does this actually help? Don't use buzzword that, okay, this is the high-end funnel that we use, and that. Tell them the physical cause or the effect, that why does it actually works. Show them like gentle proof. Can I trust this? Answer the questions that yes, you can trust. You don't need to flex numbers aggressively. You need to understate the proof. Let the logic carry the weight. Then you move to a very clear, very smooth call to action. Like now they have the curiosity. Okay, what do I do now? Never use pressure. Oh, go follow link in bio and all those things. Invite curiosity, not an urgency. For an example, if you are interested or something, let's see if we have something to do like that. So core rule you must remember is that scalable ads don't convince, they explain. Convincing works for short term and explaining works at scale. And we don't want to create ads for a short term, a narrow audience. We want to create ads for scale, for a broader audience. So now we choose how we go deeper. So this is what I got for you, and I hope you have got some value to this video. It was a bit long, but if you really care, you care. If you don't, you must have skipped it. Bye bye.